Digital photography, composition. Our objective is to understand graphic elements, patterns. So in graphic elements, we use different types of graphic elements to accentuate our images. In this case, we're going to take a look at patterns. Patterns are organized. All right, they could be things as lines or shapes, but in order to recognize a pattern, we need a minimum of 3. However, it needs to have at least 5 for the pattern to be easily discerned as a pattern. The more the number is, the easier the pattern is to see. Usually an odd number is more pleasing to an eye than even numbers. And we want to arrange these patterns in an organized way. Now, usually we want to zoom in on the pattern to see the patterns. Now, I always tell students, in order for it to be a pattern, we have to clearly say where the next object would be placed in the pattern. If you can't tell, it's not a pattern. It's chaos, right? So we need to be able to determine where the next object is in the pattern. So here we have a pattern of lines. Okay, lines tend to work better on a little bit of an angle, by the way. So in the natural world, there's all kinds of patterns. We see, ripples in the sand or patterns in flowers in nature. Even man-made things have patterns. We have, city streets, and we have traffic signs and buildings and things. So you need to look at those things to see the pattern. If you tend to zoom in a little more, you see the pattern. All right. So here we have a pattern of bikes. And if we zoom in and get rid of all the other clutter, like the sidewalk and the brick wall in the cityscape down at the end, we see the pattern of the bikes. Remember, on an angle works better than straight. Here we have a nice pattern of the water on the sand. Without the pattern, it would look kind of boring. Here we have a geometric pattern going through in a rectangular grid pattern, but a little bit askew, right? Pattern adds a lot of interest to an image, and the viewer really is appealing. That's kind of repetition is appealing to that viewer, and they can notice when the pattern's off. So we need that pattern, and so adding pattern to your imagery into your photos is very helpful.